Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just a few hours here, 3 hours roughly before the daily candle closes. A really quiet day today. The same way I think we've seen it in the last few weeks. The Saturdays, they were rather quiet actually. On Sunday we had then some movement, but it was rather towards the end of the day, sort of when the weekly candle closed, we had a bit of movement. Last week didn't really happen because there was a lot of waiting before the Fed decision about the interest rates. So yeah, I don't expect to happen much now, but we have a bit of a change here on the chart, I think. I mean, in the previous video, it was looking a little bit more like, yeah, we had a channel here, some kind of a channel, and it was likely to, or it was just starting to break sort of to the upside here. But yeah, it didn't happen in the end, and I warned you that we didn't have the volume and it was only just happening. So the 4-hour candle hadn't even closed. I think not even the hourly had closed. So in the end, what this could be something, you could even see this as a broadening descending wedge, to be honest. In the end, it doesn't make a great difference, and it doesn't also matter really, because in the end, you need to wait for the breakout anyway, you know, ideally, before you make a decision when you're trading. On the other hand, this could also be something here like a triangle pattern within that wedge, yeah, maybe a descending triangle even, which would be sort of the bearish version, because the reason is, obviously we're coming down here sort of in this channel or broadening wedge, but we then found support here again and support here again, so meaning you actually come back to the same level again, and the bulls, yeah, the buyers, they have not managed to actually make a higher high or even come to the same level that would allow it to be a range. No, it's actually here just a lower high. You make the same low, and if we drop below that, then that could send it into the region here of around, yeah, probably around 35.5, maybe even a little bit lower. So this is something very interesting. We're currently coming down to that sort of level here, even a little bit lower probably. So support would be here more in the region of 35.7. This is the this is the previous swing low here, and I expect to find some support here, and could drop a little bit more to get there. But if we drop here below that 35.7, then yeah, you can come down further, obviously, and that would be the next support I'm looking at here. Yeah, it really looks like a little bit like a triangle shape. So could be either a descending broadening wedge, which would be rather bullish, or here descending triangle, rather bearish. In the end, as I said, it doesn't matter, because if you have a bearish and a bullish pattern here, what do you go for? Well, it doesn't matter. That is the answer, because you have to wait for the signal of the market. You have to wait for the breakout. Everything else is gambling or speculation. In the end, trading to a degree is speculation anyway, but this would just be gambling, because you do something without really an informed decision. So yeah, I mean, I would still expect the price here at some point to move higher into this region in green, but to do that, to enable it to do that, to get to that 42 to 46k level in a wave 2, after we had an impulsive move down here in a 5-wave move, kind of a triangle pattern here, or a range pattern, yeah, Elliott Wave triangle, dropped to the downside, completed here probably the wave 1, but it still has a bit of more scope to actually drop lower. And it will drop lower. If we drop below that support level here at 35.7, then it could even go all the way to the downside of that wedge pattern. That would be quite a bit of a drop. That could even take it here to find support in that wedge, in that broadening wedge. That would be around 34.9. So that will be interesting. If we lose the level, we are really, it's very thin ice again, coming down to that level again. The problem is we're not even oversold here on the 1-hour chart. That indicates, yeah, more downside is actually possible. So it is something interesting, yeah. We are obviously caught in this apex here, but this is something interesting now to watch. Here, you don't have much more space. I mean, it could go on into the morning if you get squeezed here into this apex of the triangle, but then there will be a breakout, and this is something interesting to watch. So it's like the calm before the storm, yeah. Usually on the weekend there is less volume anyway, but this is something I wanted to show you. And overall, medium term, nothing has changed really. So obviously targets to the downside I gave you. Should we really break to the upside, as I said before, a key target would be here around the 36.5k level. That would be the beginning of the wedge. That would also be the resistance level or previous support here of that channel here, of that descending trend line. And we would need to get back into this channel or trend line, into the channel, to then move in the next step to the 39.2. So there is a lot of resistance here now along the way. My view is still that it's the most likely view, that or most likely scenario, that we came down here obviously in a wave 1, and that in the next step we will move up in a wave 2. So there will be some kind of a sort of relief rally or correction after this impulsive move down, and that would be that wave 2 before we come down in a wave 3, moving up in a wave 4, moving down in a wave 5, and then we would get into my target area here between 20 and 29k. Few people have asked me what is the likelihood to drop below 20k. Honestly, it is possible, but it's too early to really talk about that. I think it is possible. We could obviously drop below the 20k level, but at some point then the downside potential gets very limited. My view is that we are going to turn around somewhere here in that area between $20,000 and $29,000, as I have been saying it since the end of November, and we're getting closer and closer. Okay, so it will be interesting. Maybe tomorrow we wake up. Here it's UK time, so it's already late. But maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and we already have a decision here of the market in which direction we are going. Tomorrow is Sunday. Obviously, I don't expect too much movement tomorrow. But there could be a decision of that triangle or wedge here, whatever we are doing. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership and maybe even the trading course I'm currently publishing on my website. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.